Hi everybody, this is Bev Gray from Technique Tuesday. Today I want to show you some techniques you can use with alcohol inks to make beautiful butterflies like these using the Classy Butterflies crafting dies and the Build a Dragonfly crafting dies too. So I'm going to start with just a little bit of the alcohol inks, and you can use whichever colors you want, and then you're also going to need a little bit of the blending solution. So those are the things that you're going to need to make projects like this, and then I'm going to give you a sneak peek at some other projects where we're going to be doing tutorials too. So let me get all these out of the way and we'll get started. Now, one of the things you're going to want is you're going to want to protect your work surface, and you can use just a little craft mat like this one. You'll also probably want some paper towels. Now, I'm not going to do this for real, but if I was, I would be using something like this with a glove to protect my manicure. So I'm just going to go through the steps. You're going to have to figure out whether you want gloves or not. So you would take just a couple drops from whatever colors you wanted to work with and just lay them right down onto your craft mat. Then you would choose whether you wanted a solid butterfly, the big one, or the small one from that craft die set, or whether you wanted to instead be doing some of the dragonfly wings and bodies. And you would take those and just lay them down straight onto where you put those alcohol inks, and then lift them up. And when you do that, you're going to end up with something like this. Now, I should have also said you want to be using glossy cardstock for this. So here's some examples of those butterflies after they've been just smooshed right down into those alcohol inks. And here's some of the dragonfly parts too, once they've been smushed down. Now, if you spend very much time, you're going to find the alcohol ink dries out a little bit, and that's where you want to take your blending solution and just put a little drop back down on that, and it'll reactivate it so that then you can continue on making your alcohol ink butterflies and dragonflies. Now, once you've got a few of these pieces that you really like, you're ready to move on to the next step, and that is deciding whether you want to go ahead and layer them. So here you could layer just a white piece on top. If you have some really cool decorative foil type stuff, you could layer some sparkling glitter paper on top, but you're going to want to layer that. And then you can also layer on a body. So that set of dies has all these elements: the solid mat, the intricate butterfly that can go on top, and then the body too. So that's what you might do. Oh, and I should mention this too. When gluing things together, this is one of my favorites, this Quickie glue pen or the On Point glue, to layer them all together. Now let me show you what they look like when you do put them all together. So here's one that is all in oranges, here's one that is in purples and greens. You get the idea that there's lots of ways for this to look. I also should mention that these dragonflies come in parts too, so you're going to go ahead and take the body and then lay down the wings. Whoops, that's not the right body. Here, let's get the dragonfly body. You take the dragonfly body and lay down your wings that you just alcohol inked up like this, and then use either of those glue products to add the wings onto the dragonfly too. Now, if you're like me and you occasionally get a manicure, you may not want to be doing this much alcohol ink without your gloves on, or you may want to just be not doing any alcohol ink at all. So I've got a couple projects I want to show you featuring those too. These two were made, well, probably can't see it with that dark, so let me pull it out. These two were made with that same set of butterfly dies and just added some glitter. We'll probably do a separate tutorial on how to make those. Or there's also a tutorial on how you could just use different layering cardstocks to make butterflies like these. So lots of different looks. This one just using patterned paper and cardstock, the others using some glitter, or of course using some of the alcohol inks to make really gorgeous butterflies and dragonflies for your next scrapbook page or your next card. I hope you enjoyed seeing all these ideas about how you can use the alcohol inks to make the dragonflies and butterflies, and I hope you'll check out our Pinterest boards, Facebook page, or Instagram. Thanks so much for watching.